Hello student, welcome to MJC Learning. This is the last part of the chapter Rotational Dynamics. In this part, we are going to study about pure rolling motion. Then we will derive an expression for linear speed and acceleration for purely rolling motion of a body. Then we will revise formulae. So let's begin with pure rolling motion. Rolling motion of a body is combination of translatory motion and rotational motion. It means body rotates about an axis and also body moves from one place to another. For example, tire of a car. When it rotates, car move either forward or backward depending upon the direction of angular speed. In this case, omega is the angular speed of rotation of the body. R is the radius of the body and V is the linear speed of the center of mass. We have the relation between these three quantities, that is V is equals to R omega. Therefore, omega is equals to V upon R. Also, we have consider capital M is the mass of the body and K is the radius of gyration of the body. Therefore, we have the relation between these two quantities, that is I is equals to mk square, where I is the moment of inertia of the body. Now, rolling motion is the combination of translatory motion and rotational motion. Therefore, total kinetic energy of rolling is equals to the translational kinetic energy plus rotational kinetic energy. Therefore, E is equals to half mv square plus half I omega square. Here, half mv square is the translational kinetic energy and half I omega square is the rotational kinetic energy. Here m is replaced by I and v is replaced by omega. Therefore, E is equals to half mv square is equals to half plus half I omega square. Now, substitute value for I and omega. So we get E is equals to half mv square plus half mk square into V upon R whole square. Take half mv square common. So we get E is equals to half mv square into 1 plus k square upon R square. Call this equation number 1.18. Now, we are going to derive an expression for linear speed and linear acceleration for rolling body. So consider a rigid object of mass m and radius r rolling down an inclined plane without slipping. Here, without slipping means it is a purely rolling motion of a body. Inclination of the plane with the horizontal is theta. As the object starts rolling down, its gravitational potential energy is converted into kinetic energy. Therefore, E is equals to mgh. Here E is kinetic energy and mgh is potential energy. Here mgh means loss in potential energy and E gain in kinetic energy. Therefore, E is equals to mgh. Now, value of E is given by equation number 1.18, that is half mv square into 1 plus k square upon r square. Therefore, mgh is equals to half mv square into 1 plus k square upon r square. Here m gets cancelled because both are mass of the body. Therefore, v square is equals to 2gh upon 1 plus k square upon r square. Therefore, v is equals to square root of 2gh upon 1 plus k square upon r square. Now, linear distance traveled along the plane is s. Here this is s, this is theta, and consider this is h. So using the formula for sin theta is equals to opposite side upon hypotenuse. Therefore sin theta is equals to h upon s, and therefore h is equals to s sin theta, or you can say s equals to h upon sin theta. During this distance, the linear velocity has increased from 0 to v. If a is the linear acceleration along the plane, then using kinematical equations, v square minus u square is equals to 2as. Here substitute value for s is equals to h upon sin theta, and also substitute value for final velocity v, which is equals to square root of 2gh upon 1 plus k square upon r square. Therefore v square equals to 2gh upon 1 plus k square upon r square, and we know that initial velocity is 0. Therefore 2a into h upon sin theta is equals to 2gh upon 1 plus k square upon r square minus 0. Here 2 gets cancelled, therefore h gets cancelled. Therefore a is equals to g sin theta upon 1 plus k square upon r square. So equation 1.19 is the formula for linear speed of rolling body, and equation 1.20 is the formula for linear acceleration of purely rolling body. For pure sliding without friction, the acceleration is g sin theta. It means for pure sliding there is no rotational term, so we only consider kinetic energy is equals to half mv square. Therefore k square upon r square becomes 0, and we get a is equals to g sin theta. Therefore for pure sliding without friction, the acceleration is g sin theta, and final velocity is square root of 2gh. Here again k square upon r square becomes 0 for pure sliding. So now let's revise formulae that we had studied in this chapter. So starts with linear displacement. S is equals to r theta. S is linear displacement and theta is angular displacement. V is equals to r omega. V is linear velocity, omega is angular velocity. A is equals to r alpha, where a is linear acceleration, alpha is angular acceleration. I is equals to integration of r square dm or summation of mi ri square, where I is moment of inertia and m is mass or inertia. Similarly, L is equals to r into p, where L is angular momentum and p is linear momentum, and last torque is equals to r into f, where f is force and torque is equals to tau is torque and r is the perpendicular distance. Similarly, we can write kinematical equation for rotational motion using analogy. Here v is replaced by omega, a is replaced by alpha, and s is replaced by theta. So we get for v equals to u plus at, we get omega equals to omega naught plus alpha t, where omega is final angular velocity, omega naught is initial angular velocity, alpha is angular acceleration, and t is time. Similarly, s equals to ut plus half at square, therefore theta is equals to omega naught t plus alpha t square. Say similarly, v square is equals to u square plus 2as is equal and in rotational motion omega square is equals to omega naught square plus 2 alpha theta. Now we had studied all these formulas in the previous lecture. For the moment of inertia is equals to mr square about an axis passing through its center and perpendicular to its plane. And for the ring, moment of inertia is equals to half mr square about an axis along its diameter. Similarly, for the uniform solid right circular cone, moment of inertia is equals to 3 by 10 mr square, and uniform hollow right circular cone, moment of inertia is equals to half mr square. Also for this, moment of inertia is equals to half mr square about an axis passing through its center and perpendicular to its plane, and about its diameter, moment of inertia is equals to 1 upon 4 mr square. For thin walled hollow sphere, moment of inertia is equals to 2 by 3 mr square, and for solid sphere 2 by 5 mr square. Similarly, for rod, moment of inertia is ml square upon 12 about an axis passing through its center and perpendicular to its length, and moment of inertia is equals to 1 upon 3 mr square for a rod passing through its perpendicular to its length and about one end. Here we have two important formulas for parallel axis theorem and perpendicular axis theorem. Parallel axis theorem gives IO equals to IC plus MH square. Here IO is moment of inertia about any axis, IC moment of inertia about center of mass, M mass of the object, and H distance between these two parallel axes. Perpendicular axis theorem gives Iz equals to Ix plus Iy. Here Ix and Iy are the moment of inertia about x-axis and y-axis. Both are in the plane of the body, and Iz is the moment of inertia about z-axis, which is perpendicular to the body, and all these three axes are concurrent. Similarly, for radius of gyration, I is equals to mk square. Here k is radius of gyration. Here k is equals to square root of I upon m. Also centripetal force is equals to minus mv square upon r, and centrifugal force is equals to mv square upon r. Here some more formulas that we already studied. Vmax equals to square root of mu s rg for maximum possible speed of vehicle on a horizontal circular road. Here V minimum equals to square root of rg upon mu s, minimum speed required to perform stunt in a well of death. For bank road, most safe speed for the vehicle on a frictionless bank road is Vs equals to square root of rg tan theta, and banking angle is equals to theta is equals to tan inverse of V square upon rg. Here V minimum and V maximum are the minimum speed and maximum speed. So for vertical circular motion, if there is a string, minimum velocity at top position should be equals to square root of rg. Minimum velocity at horizontal position, or you can say middle position, is equals to square root of 3rg, and for bottom position it should be square root of 5rg. Similarly, for rod, minimum velocity at top position can be 0, middle position it should be square root of 2rg, and at bottom position it should be square root of 4rg. The difference between lowermost distance between tensions at lowermost and uppermost positions is equal to 6 mg in both the cases, that is in string as well as in rod. For conical pendulum, time period is equals to 2 pi into square root of L cos theta upon g, and maximum speed for a vehicle to move on a convex overbridge Vmax equals to square root of Rg. So we will stop here. Using this formula, solve maximum number of numericals and revise theory questions also. In the next lecture, we will start a new chapter. So bye. See you in the next lecture. Take care.